first thing I thought about auto was like Fast and Furious.
In Mr. Kuzan's automotive technology class at Poway High, it's not so much fast and furious, but slow and steady.
We do bumper to bumper. So they'll do suspension, they'll do brakes, they'll do engine, basic engine performance. They'll do electrical, HVAC, manual transmissions and automatic transmissions.
His students are getting hands-on experience, working on every aspect of a motor vehicle, inside out, top to bottom. Students say it's also bringing to life what they're learning in other classes.
I think recently in chemistry I was learning about how exo and endothermic reactions work, and then I saw that how that works in a radiator. And then other times it was about how compression ratio affects like the combustion, creating of new ion and bonds in molecules. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, this makes sense. Now I understand why there's a spark.
That spark is taken a step further with advanced students learning electric vehicles, the first class in Poway Unified to teach EV technology.
It's not something I would ever see myself learning, but now that I can, and now that I have this opportunity too, it's definitely gonna help me in the future. We for sure have a way bigger advantage than a lot of other people do.
Lately, EVs can be found everywhere on the road, and they're complex machines with high voltage, wiring, and circuits. Industry experts are urging schools to teach EV technology so that students get the necessary knowledge and training.
The purpose of education is to move us forward in our life, right? And so we can't prepare students for what's happening today. We have to be preparing them for what's coming next. And that means looking on the edge of industry and figuring out where they're going and making sure our students are alongside them in that journey.
These skills are taking students far beyond the classroom into high-demand industries.
I have a student right now who's in the Air Force and he's becoming a pilot. And he said without the discipline of the shop, he wouldn't be able to do that. I also have a student who's working with Lockheed Martin right now, and he came from this auto shop too, and he visits me all the time. He tells me the same thing. The stuff that he learned here, he's able to use out there.
And especially in California, where the goal is to make all new vehicles zero emissions by 2035. This class is setting up students for the future.
The reality is you can't make that move overnight, and we need to start developing a workforce of students that know about these vehicles, how they're powered, about the technology that drives them, because they're going to be the next round of people that are building, designing, selling, repairing these vehicles when they get out on the road statewide.
So we know what industries have need and where they exist so that we can match passion with profession. And when those two meet, that's where we find the greatest success for our students.
For the Excellence in Education series, I'm Jeremy Shanks, Studio 701.